Hey y'all, before I hook that bush hog up, let's talk about something that's on a lot of people's minds right now. And that's stopping these turkeys from declining, the population from going down. Alright, I'm not an expert at all, any shape, form, or fashion. I'm an old basketball coach. Did it for 30 years. I've hunted for about 40 years. Alright, I can't tell you what works everywhere. I can tell you what has worked for us, and I believe some of these principles, core principles, will work for everybody everywhere if we can all implement. With wildlife, it's always the habitat. Alright, when we manipulate a habitat, we're either going to enhance wildlife or we're going to take away from it. Boom and bust. One or the other. Now, a lot of people are saying, I've got perfect turkey habitat and no turkeys. We'll get to that. We're going to do a series on QTM, Quality Turkey Management. Alright, quality deer management, back when it started in the 90s, it focused on producing trophy bucks, alright, and providing good wildlife habitat that was beneficial to all wildlife. Alright, quality turkey management, we're not going to focus, I say we're not going to focus. Please comment, jump in, on board. And again, I know this from being a basketball coach. You can have a stud player, but you can't win the game without a good team. And for us to have a good team, everybody who turkey hunts, everybody who gets weak in the knees when an old turkey sounds off, we got to all be on the same page. And my personal thought is, over harvest, I've done videos on that, but the most important thing, and biologists tell you that, is the habitat. Alright, I was about to hook up a bush hog. That's going to, for me, be my first core principle, and it mattered. When I stopped bush hogging, worried about everything being pretty and uniform, I started to gain turkeys. That mattered. Alright, I don't mow now during nesting season. And here in Georgia, that starts in late March and runs through about mid-July. Alright, and that's just indicators I've seen of watching poults and hens. Okay, so I'm not going to run that bush hog, brush hog, moor, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to run it in wildlife openings until after July. Now, will I put in chufa? Yeah, a couple of weeks I'm fixing to, but I'm not going to mow it. I'm going to come in today or tomorrow. We got a little dry spell. I'm going to spray it with Roundup, burn it down, and while I'm on the four-wheeler spraying, I can look and see if I run a hen turkey out, if I see any poults moving. If I do, I'll just back out and wait or move the plot entirely, because the main thing I don't want to do is disturb a hen nesting. Alright, same thing with burning. Burning's a really good thing, but if you burn a hot season burn, which sometimes you need to, alright, but if you do, you're destroying nest. There's no getting around it. Once things green up, and it's after late March, turkeys will start to nest. Alright, biologists tell us that you can do that and the overall good outweighs destroying an individual nest. Well, that may be right, but if I don't have to do it, I'm not going to do it. I do all my burning before turkey season. Again, burning generated more turkeys for us. Planting chufa generated more turkeys for us. And one of the best things I did, so we'll put it back in, is I stopped mowing after nesting season started. Alright, back to this QTM thing. If we're all on the same page, like folks were in the 90s with QDM, except instead of the focus being producing trophy bucks, the focus is getting poults on the ground. Alright, we want poult survival, poult production. That's the number 1 and 2 things that we got to have. One way to increase poult survival, give them good habitat to bug in. Give them good habitat to loaf in. Alright, when you mow, when you bush hog something, that cuts it down and it makes grasses get what? Thicker, just like when you mow your lawn. Alright, so the more you mow it, the thicker it gets and the harder it is for poults to move around in. And when I take it down to ground level, any avian predator, he can see better, he can get around better. Alright, so step 1, and please leave your comments. Again, not an expert at all, just a guy that watches indicators and a guy that loves turkeys. Alright, We can do it if we all get together and if we stay together. So any comments, I'm not much of a joiner or a group maker or anything else, but to me, I would hate to have a silent spring. I've had it before. I've been there. I've been where we didn't have a turkey gobble, and I had to work and work and work and kill a bird. All right, better right now. I hope it stays that way. I'm gonna give some other things that, for me, helped. They might help you, they might not, but I think they will. All right, but let's don't have a silent spring. So stay with me on this thing. Leave your comments. Anything, there's wisdom. The Bible says there's wisdom in many counselors. All right, I'm just somebody who has done this thing for a while on my little piece of the world. Wisdom in many counselors. You may be in Missouri, you may be in Illinois, you may be in Pennsylvania, and you may know numerous tips, tactics, tricks that will increase that poult production. All right, and I know we're going to get to predator removal. All right, but write it in, comment it, subscribe, like. We appreciate you. See you next week.